Question is for Tyson. Ryan O'Hara with FightNights.com. I want you to go into some details about referee Kenny Bayless. Do you feel like that he got involved in the action too much?
Where am I talking to? Thank you, guys. All the best.
Okay.
God bless.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
fight.
Thank you.
Where is this question at?
Thank you.
Oh, right here.
Where?
Hands up.
You.
Well,
No.
way back here. I'm
back,
in the media
back,
section.
back, Tyson.
Ah, there you go. Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
Tyson.
Yeah.
Yeah, my question, Ryan O'Hara with FightNights.com. My question is, do you believe that the referee, Kenny Bayless, was getting involved too much? And, what are your thoughts on that? It felt like that he was getting in between you guys too much.
Listen, the man's got a job to do. He did a good job. He took control of the fight and he did what he had to do. I've got no problems with what he did, and it was what it was. It was a grueling fight while it lasted, and he was trying to clean it up in there. He hit me after the bell. Not after the bell, like after we said break, we hit each other. I got a point taken off, but it wasn't going to alter the fight. I think he did a fair job, to be fair.
Shout out to my general, Don Elder Don Richardson, for sponsoring man in the Patreon. Any other generals out there who want to join Team YB, request content, receive daily exclusive videos, check me out from the link in the description below. So we just heard there from Tyson Fury. Do you notice how the it's changed now? Before it was now it's proper digging. Them shots tonight was digging. Proper winging that right hand over, and rightly so. That deep voice. No more of this. No more desperation. Pure alphaness about it. Anyway, Tyson Fury, yeah, that alpha main about it. So yeah, we heard there from Tyson Fury commenting on the referee corruption situation. Now, I don't know about you, man, but on my Twitter I was going mad. Quick, let me tag that in there, at the Don YB. I was going mad during the fight. And obviously now I've seen the result, much like Fury, I'm not so bothered. I'm much more mediated about the situation. Like we've just heard Fury there say, he's doing his job, etc, etc. And that's how I feel more now. But it's got to be said, if Fury had lost this fight, this would have been a massive issue, so I've got to speak about it, because I do feel passionately about this. Now, people can say I'm being biased, but I spoke about this before the fight. In reality, I was kind of like down the middle on this. I didn't really support anyone. My whole thing was, if Fury goes in there and weighs all over Wilder, I'm 95% sure he wins. And the opposite was the same. So if Fury goes in there and tries to be Ali again, I was 95% sure Wilder's going to knock him out. That was where I stood. So I was almost down the middle on it. Now, having said that, being British and whatnot, I also did say I'd rather see Fury go in there and stop Wilder. That's ideally what I want to see. Bottom line. But anyway, so the point is, during the fight, the bell goes, I see Fury march forward, hold the centre of the ring. So the minute I see Fury, he's checking, he's getting stuck in. The minute I see that, I'm fully rooting. I'm saying, go on then, get in there, you, and putting loads of expletives on the Twitter and whatnot, going mad. I felt really passionate. And this is what happens, you see, when people fight this way. And I haven't been on YouTube for an AJ fight like this yet, but you best believe, AJ versus Fury, or AJ versus Ruiz 3, a fight like that, that's when you're going to get the YB in this sort of passion again. But what gets me passionate, it's like people couldn't understand when I talk about KSI versus Logan Paul. What got me passionate about that is it's seeing the heart. It's seeing someone want it. Yeah? I want to see you really want it and get really dug into it. Do you know what I mean? That's what gets me rock hard. I think I even said that. Your boy the YB was rock hard all the way through this fight. Seeing someone mentally say, it's me or you tonight. I don't care who it is. Yes, I'm going to apply IQ to it, but I'm coming in there with a you're getting it kind of mentality. Anyway, I don't know what I've given you that rant for, but like I said, that's what got me on Fury's side, essentially. Anyway, so from that point, I was watching out for little bits. Don't get me wrong, I like to think, regardless who I'm kind of supporting, I'm still going to be down the middle in terms of, I just want a fair fight, yeah? Fair rules, fair fight. So with that said, 2-2s, what do we start seeing? Initially, it starts off with Kenny Bayless, and I'm glad to be honest, the fact this reporter brought this up, it proves it weren't just in my imagination. Comment below whether you saw it as well. First thing I commented was, what's this Kenny Bayless doing? Every 2 seconds, trying to split them up. Every 2 seconds. Couldn't wait to jump in there and get his arm in there. Oh, no fighting on the inside. I thought, what's this? What do you mean no fighting on the inside? What's that about? And I said this before, but I think that boxing really needs to move towards a more MMA approach in terms of not grappling, but it's a fight. Boxing should be looked at, in my opinion, as a fight with hands. Does that make sense? You can fight with your hands. Now, when you're grappling, when you're in the pocket, you're moving your hands. As long as your hands are moving, the referee shouldn't go anywhere near the fighters. If you're digging, we saw Fury put a few little uppercuts in there. What's wrong with that? That doesn't need to be split up. Now, if you've got two fighters who are there with their hands wrapped around each other's waists, no problem. That wasn't the case, though. Fury, every time, he was looking to nick little hooks round or nick little uppercuts round, etc., etc. And being an experienced referee, you should be able to pick up on what needs to be split up and what doesn't. And for me, this was way too biased, especially when we know Al Heyman. I'm sure Al Heyman said to him, listen, let's make sure there's no inside fighting. And the difference is, this makes me laugh, this kills me, this does. This joke's a killer. When people sit there and tell me that, Eddie Hearn paid AJ's referee against Parker. Are you joking? Like, that made no sense at all. Wait there, Eddie Hearn paid the referee to protect AJ from Joseph Parker on the inside. Are you joking? You guys have no IQ at all, and I'm meant to be the casual. These people lost the plot. However, in this Wilder case, Wilder's the one who we know is limited on the inside, who's smaller, who's going to get roughed up. And Kenny Bayless clocked onto that, and every time there was any sort of kind of work going on, Kenny Bayless was in there to split anyway. That wasn't the last of it. Next thing we know, somehow, God knows what, they're in the clinch. Next thing I know, Kenny Bayless sends Wilder to his corner and sends Fury to his corner. Middle of the fight. I'm pretty sure Wilder got buzzed, and then Kenny Bayless stood there in the centre of the ring and said, Wilder go there, Fury go there. And I thought, at that point I went mad as well. What's this dude doing? What's he doing? And I think, and that's what Fury says here, I got a point taken away. I didn't even realise he had a point taken away. I assumed it was a warning. And that must have been for the I'm not sure what it was for. You got a point taken away, he didn't even get a warning. Do you understand what I'm saying here, people? Fury had a point taken away, you heard it from him. Fury had a point taken away for whatever he was doing. No warning. Does that not sound like C0RRUPTION to you? It does to me. It's not as if it was some sort of Wilder was. The ref said no. The ref said stop, and Fury sucker punched him. Okay, fair enough. Take a point, fine. But whatever Fury was doing, i.e., you got to remember, we got two 300-pound men in there. Yeah? Oh, sorry, 200. We've got £500 worth of man in that ring tonight. You have to bear that in mind. £500 of man in that ring tonight, and they're both looking to take each other's head off. Not enough referees really appreciate that. And not only that, this man, in my opinion, was fishy. Way too fishy. Way too much trying to play games. Yeah? No fighting on the inside, always trying to break it up. It was almost like he was happy. If Wilder was getting good shots off, Kenny Bayless was happy to let it go on. But the minute Fury got started, he'd step in. It was really weird. And then that whole separation thing, when Wilder was buzzed, and then I think even the commentators. I wish I could include the commentary, because I can't, because of copyright. Because you know what they're waiting to do. That's why I'm not including no footage on these ones, because I know they can't wait to get me for this. So I'm not gonna. But I'm sure if you go back and listen to it yourself. Even the commentators said they're giving Wilder loads of rest. The referee's giving Wilder time to rest. I thought, what's that about? What is that about? And it wasn't, nothing was blatant enough for me. Because people can say, Fury put him in a headlock. How did Wilder's head end up there? You don't just end up in a headlock, you know. Wilder was dipping that low. And if he dipped that low, what do you want him to do? Do you know what I mean? And not only that, what's the whole point, the whole taking a point away for? I just think it stank to me, yeah. And I know Fury, like I said, Fury, much like myself, we've won the fight and you're on a high kind of thing, but these things need to be called out. There needs to be consistent refereeing, consistent boxing, not just because you win, kind of go along with it, because if you'd have lost, trust me, there'd have been problems. You've got to call this stuff out, man. Win or lose, we need consistent refereeing. It's great that you've won, etc., etc., and I'm glad that you've won as well, but that weren't right, man. I'm sorry, and I'm glad that reporter, like I said, pointed it out, because it wasn't my imagination, taking points off. You're in a fight. And Vlad was notorious. So was Lennox Lewis. Vitaly, Vladimir, Lennox Lewis, big tall men, they were notorious for getting people in headlocks. I think it was Vlad versus Povetkin. He spent half of the fight in a headlock. That's just the way it goes. It's boxing. Yeah? Two big men grappling. And once again, I talk about this whole arms element. I believe anything with arms is fine. Anything with arms and hands is fine. A headlock, yeah, I'm not saying you can use it as an offensive move, but I'm saying if someone ends up in an arm position, i.e. a headlock, you can't punish them for that. You got two big men fighting with arms. That's body parts are going to end up in weird positions sometimes. And you want to take a point off. And when you think about it, Fury, even though he won the fight, obviously, but think about it, yeah. Fury's just spent 6 rounds earning 2 or 3 knockdowns, and you got Kenny Bayless evening it up for nothing. That's what really got me. The fact that Fury had 2 knockdowns, and you've just taken one of them away for what? That did me in, man. I'm sorry, but you, man, maybe it's me being exaggerating. I'm telling you now, something was fishy there. Let me know your thoughts.